Hey friends, welcome back to OJ Universe. Thank you so much for stopping by and taking a look at this video. So today we're taking a look at Mcfarlane Toys DC Direct Page Punchers Ocean Master. So this entire wave of Page Punchers is Aquaman themed. We've got the main man Aquaman, Ocean Master, Black Manta, and Aqualad. So the Page Punchers has been, in my opinion, a bit of an artistic impression from the sculptors and Mcfarlane Toys. Just go a little bit wild on some of these characters, do a new interpretation, a different take on them, but still have that presence where you look at it and it's like, yeah, I know who this character is. Just in a different kind of get-up armor, and it's impressive. I've really liked the Page Punchers line ever since the Flash Wave, where they tried some different stylizations. I know that Flash Wave has not been popular with a lot of people. Here locally, you're going to find quite a few Heat Waves and Captain Colds. You're not going to find any Flashes or the Atoms. People really gravitated toward those figures. But these guys, man, this Aquaman wave has just been impressive so far. The two figures I reviewed, I'm liking them quite a bit. This one here in general, the Ocean Master, Orem, Aquaman's half-brother. He's always been one of my favorite characters from Aquaman's Rogue Gallery. Doesn't have much of a Rogue Gallery, to be honest with you, but this one just stands out. I love the visualizations of him. He looks fantastic. And this figure does not let you down. It is sculpted to the max. Beautiful paint apps. Just look at that sculpted detail on the face mask. It looks awesome. The overall texturing on the body armor as well, it has this kind of craggly armor, then goes to some mesh texturing, and then to this beautiful, almost like a cracked coral that just looks so incredible. So well done, all the way down on this figure. The gold as well, very nice shade of gold. I saw the packaging in some early renders of this figure and it looked like crap, just like the Aquaman one did. And I was very trepidatious about trying to order these figures because unfortunately, they just showed up at GameStop, and I ordered these figures from Amazon a little while ago. They seem to have a bit of a hold on them for probably about 2 months before they hit retail here in Canada. But yeah, I am extremely happy with this figure. The texture on the cape is really nice. It's a nice lightweight cape as well, so it's not gonna be back heavy on this figure. The one thing that this figure does have, unfortunately, going against it, this beautiful trident. It is absolutely fantastic. The sculpted details, the paintwork, the different variations of gold, it is phenomenal, but it's heavy. And unfortunately, his wrist joint, and my table is spinning on its own. We got a ghost. It's spinning and it's a little loose, but that's an easy fix, not the end of the world. That's the only thing that maybe there's a negative on this figure. In addition, unfortunately, I don't like to really nitpick a lot on these things, but I do review these things, so hopefully when people are at the store or online trying to find figures, you can get an honest review of this figure. Now, there's been a couple figures that kind of suck. This one, I think you're gonna have a great time with it, but it's a little hollow. Now, comparing to the Aquaman figure was solid. It was fantastic. I loved it. This one just feels a little too lightweight in that chest. That's the only thing that's kind of bringing it down a little bit. Sometimes Mcfarlane Toys does have a little bit of hollowness. Very seldom do they ever, but this one, a little bit, guys. Just a little bit. So let's take a look at some of the articulation this figure has. Of course, the ball joint in the head, it's a little bit limited. Now, given that he has no extra hair or long pieces of impeding the neck articulation, it doesn't move around the best, but be careful, guys. This thing here is sharp as hell, and I've already pricked my finger a couple of dozen times here, but just be careful with that. It is a little sharp. Now, what's really sharp is this coral here. Look at this coral detail. It's like razor coral, and it's nice and soft, thank goodness, but it's so well done. The attention to detail on that is fantastic. Let's get back to articulation. Sorry guys, distracted here. This is such an impressive figure. So we got a little bit of articulation in the head, not the best. We got the ball jointed shoulders with the butterfly hinge. We have the, of course, bicep swivel, double jointed, ratcheted elbows, hand articulation for the ball joint as well. Now for the ab crunch, not too much there, guys. Not too much going on. He does have the waist and the cut at the abdomen. Ball joints at the legs here. Double jointed knees, which are super, super stiff. But you hear that ratchet? That's the thing of beauty, man. Your figure's gonna be nice and stiff, not gonna be flopping around everywhere. Ball joints at the ankle, does have toe articulation and a pivot as well. So you have all the standard Mcfarlane articulation that we know and love. It's fantastic. Now, in addition to the trident, this figure does come with a couple extra accessories, which the Aquaman figure didn't, and that is an extra set of hands. So you get 2 of these open hands, and you get 2 of these kind of holding hands, which you can put the trident in. It's a nice little touch. It's nice to have some extra hands to go along with the figure. Now, I also want to take a look at the packaging, so I'm going to move them off to the side for a second. And again, I don't know why they're doing these early render photos of this action figure. They did it with Aquaman. It looked terrible. This one looks terrible as well. Doesn't even come close to what the figure looks like. That gold is just horrendous, and it just doesn't look good. But what I am happy about is the comic. The comic does have representation of the character, which is really cool. You get the trading card in here as well, and the display stand. Nice touches. I'm glad the Page Puncher line is getting their individual comics. The interior artwork is the exact same for all 4 comics. One day I think we'll get that connective story where each figure has a part of the story, which I think would be brilliant, but a bit more expensive to produce, unfortunately. Who knows? Maybe we'll see it one day. But the Ocean Master figure, I really do like them. And let's bring in a couple other figures just for some size comparisons. So let's bring in the original Aquaman. It's not a Page Puncher Aquaman, it's just the original Aquaman. So these two are quite similar in height, and they look good together. What I don't like is when they do a character, say like a character that just doesn't look anything like what he does in the comic books, and it's a little too far off the hinge, and you try and compare it with the original classic version, and it looks awful. Here, these two pair up extremely well, and I really like that. It's a great representation of Aquaman for a classic look. Unfortunately, I don't have a kind of like that clean-cut, traditional classic Aquaman. We always get the bearded one, which is fine, but I do want that clean-cut Aquaman. We do have the Flashpoint Aquaman from the Target wave, which unfortunately the body's awesome. That head sculpt is terrible, and I really want to replace that head sculpt with someone. Haven't found a perfect head to go along with that body type and that figure, but hopefully down the road we will. So let's take a look at another figure that will pair up with this guy, and of course that is Aquaman from this line. Now let's put these two back to back, and let's check out the sizing. Aquaman is just a hair taller, which is okay. It's not a crazy height difference, but it's just interesting to see there's a little bit of a height difference between the two. Page Punchers seem to be a little bit taller figures in some of my experiences, and then some smaller ones, so the scaling's all kind of over the place with these guys. Hopefully they kind of straighten that out a bit. And then I'll put another figure here, which is one of my favorites from Page Punchers. This is a Superman, who's like a little shorty Superman. It's not super tall, but it's a custom head sculpt. Not a custom head sculpt, custom head swap. He's the Jim Lee Hush Superman, the angry face version. But, excuse me, guys. But yeah, these two kind of pair up nicely height-wise. And then we also got another character from Page Punchers. This is the Flash. So the Flash, this one does need some extra paint work for sure. And man, if we had the budget that they put into this guy, into this Flash, I think it would have been so much nicer. This is, though, a good blank canvas if you really want to have some fun and paint up your figures, give them a different kind of wash or different color tones in general. This Flash is such a great figure for that. In addition, it's a nice figure. I really do enjoy it quite a bit. But yeah, there you go, guys. Let's bring Aquaman back out here. Let's put Ocean Master in a bit of a different pose. But there you go. So we got these two guys from this wave. I'm very impressed with this entire wave so far. Figures I've reviewed, I've opened up a couple of other figures just to get a feel for them, and they've been pretty interesting. I can't wait to do a full kind of rotation of all 4 of these figures together. But yeah, there you go, guys. This is Ocean Master. Definitely worth the pickup. It's a very well done figure. Unfortunately, a little bit hollow. If you can get by that pass, then this is a great figure to have. Now, Sorry guys, I wanted to make sure I showed off another Ocean Master because Mcfarlane has made 2 Ocean Master figures. And this one here is from basically kind of the comic book. Definitely has like more of a comic book vibe to it. It's a gold label. This is definitely how Ocean Master looked in the Aquaman movie in this purple and silver armor. Does have some slight similarities, but I think I like this version better, the Page Punchers. But let me know what you think, guys. Which is your favorite Ocean Master? Who's your favorite Aquaman Rogue Gallery character? It'd be interesting to hear that. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. More reviews on the way.